And welcome everyone. Hi, I am Sheila and I am a executive director with Take Shape for Life. And I'm trying to record this and I'm just getting there. I'm trying to do it a speaker view and it just keeps going to Chris and he's not even speaking. Oh, here comes somebody else. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Okay, so today's February 11th. We've got some things coming up this weekend with Valentine's Day, and we're going to talk about that a little bit and how we're going to handle being bombarded with sweets and treats. But first, I want to start with everybody just saying their name and then share something that you learned this week, either from the reading or from yourself, by either making good choices or maybe making a choice that wasn't so good and what you learned from that experience. And if everybody would be willing just to take a minute and share that, that would be just grand. Okay, how about, can we start with you, Ronnie?
Sure. So I learned that going back and eating the way you used to, like we went to a barbecue place and it was good, but it wasn't worth how I felt the next day. Oh my gosh, I was so sick because the food was greasy and I was so sick the next day. It definitely was not worth the hassle of having it. I should have just ate the salad that I was looking at on the menu. But I caved in and I got the brisket, but it was so greasy.
Okay.
And I learned a lesson.
Okay. Okay, maybe we'll come back to that. Thank you for sharing, Ronnie.
Okay.
And so, let's see. Rhonda, you were the next one on the call. Well, actually,
okay.
So will you tell us about something?
I learned that it's a whole lot easier to stick to my diet if I've gotten the sleep that I need. Otherwise, I think I'm trying to, I don't know, catch up with something.
And do you know why physically that is?
No.
Because actually the hormones your body produces while you're sleeping, if you're lacking in those, then it increases your craving throughout the day. Your insulin level gets off whack and you have physical cravings differently if you haven't had your sleep. So there's a physical reason. Yeah.
All right.
So it's just not that you're crazy. It's really real. Okay. Okay, Chris, tell us about you. Did you learn something this week?
Well, yeah, I've been taking a yoga class for the past few weeks, and I'm finding that changing up my exercise routine really keeps things fresh, and it helps me stay motivated to exercise, knowing that I'm going to be doing different things. So I think that was a really important thing for me to learn.
Right.
And a challenge that I think I'm going to face this week is I'm heading to visit family in Utah. And, whenever I'm on vacation, sometimes, I let some things slide. So I'm going to try to stay good and, enjoy interacting without all the sweets and other junk foods. So.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Amy, tell us about something you learned this week, a success.
Yeah, the little things throughout the day can really add up, because I've moved back to my standing desk instead of sitting at the table, and I don't know if that's it, but there was a huge drop in the scale this week so far, bigger than what I was expecting. So that's the only thing that I've changed over the past week, was standing for an extra 8 hours a day. So, but I calculate it's somewhere around 400 calories a day, which is definitely like, there's an extra pound a week right there.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I love, Amy, all the things that you have shared.
And I was like, I hope no one minds that. If I find things, I'm just going to post it.
Sorry. I had my son just ask a question. Okay. So that That's really good. Anyway, I was trying to say that I've loved the recipes. Anyway, different fun links that you've shared, Amy. I've really appreciated that on the wall. You guys been following some of the links that she shared with us? They've been really quite good. Okay.
Yeah, I've really appreciated them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
I'm shooing my dog. I apologize. If I'm in and out, I'm trying to keep my dog quiet.
So, something I have to celebrate, and it's a scale victory, is I'm down 4 pounds in a week.
Awesome.
I'm excited by that.
That's great.
And I just had decided I'm going to be really exact through the end of the challenge, and my body is responding. I think sometimes for me personally, when I'm not exact, then I end up having little things in between meals more than I realize. So it's good to be exact. So that's my scale victory. My non-scale victory is I went hiking a couple miles yesterday and then a couple mile walk today. And by doing exercise 2 days in a row, my legs, I could feel it so much today. I thought I couldn't believe that just by doing 2 days in a row that I was thinking, should I take an ibuprofen? I took some extra calcium instead. But anyway, so that felt really good. It felt good to feel those muscles I'd forgotten I had. So it's always fun. Okay, so let's talk about the weekend. And I know, Chris, you're coming down, and you have a built-in buddy that's going to help you stay on track, right?
That's right. Yeah, my sister.
And she's not and I'm not sure why she's not here. She was going to try to be on the call, but.
Yep, that'll be really helpful.
Yeah,
we'll help each other.
You know, our habit of health that we're talking about this week is the importance of support. And so some of the webinars and some of the readings you'll have read, they always interweave some of the other habits of health, but the one we're focusing about is support. So what I wanted us to talk about tonight is different ways that we can feel supported, whether it's the people that are surrounding us, or by books we're reading, or by posting on the walls and reading things on the walls. So one of the things that has really helped me feel supported, let's see, one of the things that's helped me feel supported is reading. And all you guys don't have these, but Dr. Anderson wrote a book and a workbook that are very helpful that I like to read. And you're getting a lot of the daily reading in our daily readings, and on Dr. Anderson's ebook, there's just a lot of wisdom there. And I don't know if you know Dr. Anderson's story, the one who started the company Take Shape for Life, but he started as a critical care physician. And so he worked on people that were close to dying. And he was the head of surgery at Cleveland Institute. And he just found over time that he kept thinking, I wish some way these people didn't have to be so ill before they're getting help. I wish some way I could help these people before they came across my surgical table. And as he thought about it time and time again, he decided that's exactly what he was going to do. So he started this company, Take Shape for Life, to help people get healthy before they end up under the knife, because he's trying to save their life. So he had a dream of being able to help someone, and he's changed a lot of people's lives, including mine. And so sometimes it helps us to have in our mind what it is we really want, why we want to be healthy. And so that's one thing that helps me feel a lot of support, is when I remember why it is I want to be healthy, that I want to be able to hike, or there's a 5K I'm doing. We have sometimes some small goals that we're looking ahead at that we can reward, and sometimes we need to just say, I want to make it to the end of the day. But it helps to have a big picture of why we want to be healthy. And so is there anybody out there that has We talked last time about our vision board, and we talked about an I am statement and being able to say what we want to become. And I know Amy did a vision board. So tell us about that process and how it helped you to be motivated and feel supported this week, Amy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that when you started talking. It was just nice to kind of just remember my goals, and just because it's not about losing a few pounds. It's about being healthy and just being at a certain physical level. And one of the slides that I showed you had like, what did I say? Something like, you can't have adventures sitting in a chair or whatever. But I put pictures of places I've been, and I was thinking because my sister and I last spring did a 4-day trek to Machu Picchu, and trekked through the Peruvian Andes. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. But we were talking about it, and she had the conditioner. She's not as good shape as me, but she was just talking about how she had to work really hard to get to the point where she felt like she could. It was really hard for her. I actually took half of her gear in my bag because she was kind of struggling. But she just talked about how thankful she was that, like, there's a lot of people who will never be able to do that trek because they just physically can't do it, and that she's really glad she got in shape, that she's able to do it, and that she wanted to always be in shape to that. And that's my thing is, like, I want to climb mountains, and I want to see the world, and there's certain things that, like, there's certain people who they'll never ever be able to. I have a friend, and she can't, like, she circles the parking lot until she can find a front row parking spot because it's too hard to walk that far. And I love her, but, like, she'll never climb a peak in the Andes, you know? And I don't know, it's amazing. You want to do that. You have to do that. It's amazing. So that was on my vision board, and I think I'd gone off on a tangent. But
Oh, that's good.
it was really good to do the board because, look, I'm excited. So
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of times our mind, that connection between our mind and our body is very real. And maybe that's part of your success this week, not just standing, but maybe it's because your body was responding to your brain of saying, here's where I am, here's where I'm going. And your body says, okay, I'm on board. Okay. That's okay. Did anybody else have a chance to think about their why this week? We kind of started talking about that a little bit last week. Does anybody else want to? I won't call on you unless you raise your hand and tell me that you're ready to share your why. Anybody have? Oh, Rhonda, wonderful.
Do you know, I look at my parents and where they're at and how unhealthy they are and how they seem older than other people their age. And I think I don't want to end up like that. And I have so many things that I want to be able to do. You know, I'm pretty active and outdoorsy, and so I want to be able to keep up with my husband when we go on those long elk hunts, and I want to be able to run around and play with my grandkids and have them have a young grandma.
That's wonderful. You know, a lot of times we'll do things for other people that we won't do for ourselves. So you're thinking, I'm doing it for the grandkids. Sometimes that will help you more than doing it for yourself. And that's a great goal to say, I see my future if I don't change, and I don't want to go there. Yeah. So that's a great goal, Rhonda. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else want to tell why they're doing this? Nope. Okay.
No, I was reaching up to unmute my thing.
Oh, okay.
So that I could talk.
Okay.
I mean, when I originally started this, it was to, you know, I was so tired of being in pain all the time. And now that pain is gone, you know, it's like now I want to walk everywhere, you know, so.
Because you can. Yeah,
because I can. And
right.
I mean, my boss even offered me a ride home tonight, and I'm like, no, I'm going to walk home. And you know, and she was just like, oh, well, good for you. You know? But I mean, so and now my why has changed a little bit more. It's like now I want to be able to maybe this summer be able to ride a bike home instead of walk. I mean, where I live, it's all uphill, to get home. You know, going to work is nothing, but coming home, it's all uphill. And I want to be able to get to the point where I can ride a bike to work and then not have a heart attack on the bike on the way home.
That's good. Well, yes, we don't want you find Ronnie out in the middle of the street, heart attack from trying to get healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all heard those jokes of the guy, you know, out jogging, having a heart attack, and you'll see jogging isn't so good for you after all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm glad you've got a plan there. Okay, so we lost Chris's face. So, and his voice. Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
Okay.
Well, I was just thinking, you know, I this is my second time participating in this, and I honestly think that the reason why I'm doing it again is because I'm realizing that it's really the small things that really make life's joys. You know, it's things like being able to run around with my nephews, you know, being able to just drop what I'm doing and going for a walk with my mom, and not feeling winded or having, you know, concerns or issues about walking if I've already exercised, you know, or if I have a free afternoon and if I want to go on a bike ride because it's a beautiful afternoon, I want to be able to do that, and I don't want to have to worry about, you know, well, am I going to hurt myself, or am I really going to enjoy myself because I'm not in good enough shape to really be able to avoid the, you know, the issues that my body is facing, you know. So, and I think, you know, I've shared my story a little bit before, but
And I don't think you have with this group, so I would love you to.
Well, you know, I won't go into it too much, but I had to discover pretty early that I'm mortal. I discovered as you know, from 9 years old, that our bodies are precious and that they are susceptible to all kinds of issues. And luckily, I recovered from, you know, the health issues that I faced, and I feel very, very fortunate. You know, I had some really incredible therapists and doctors who helped me and things. And so I think that I sort of inevitably value my health a little bit more than maybe the average person. And I realize that if I want to enjoy health later in life, you know, given the fact that I've had a pretty rough start, you know, I've really got to watch it. I really have to take care of myself. And that's been really motivating for me. So, you know, but this team has really been motivating too. And I find that I respond very favorably, you know, very positively when I'm on a team. And so, yeah, I've really appreciated participating the second time around too. So.
Thank you. And tell them what you do for a profession.
So I do public affairs for the Mount Hood National Forest, which, you know, also requires some tromping through the woods and, you know, keeping up with, you know, incredibly healthy people who spend, you know, their whole day hiking and in backcountry, you know. So so you're not a
forest ranger, but you hang out with them, and they're
exactly, yeah. Well, I get to highlight all of their great programs, so I carry a big camera, and you know, so it's even that much more difficult. So yeah, but it's really, really fun, and I would hate to miss out on those outdoor experiences. You know, if I just had to stay in the office too, you know, if I wasn't up to the challenge of, you know, hiking around with the specialists all day. So.
Okay, that's great. So the last thing I wanted us to talk about is the holiday weekend. And I know that we'll be bombarded everywhere from the grocery store to the workplace to family gatherings or whatever with all kinds of candy. And so I thought it might be good for us each to commit to each other what we're going to do. And I think if you plan in advance and then you stick with your plan, because nobody's going to plan to eat, 2 pounds of chocolate, right? Okay. So for me, I'm going to stick strictly on my 5-in-1 program. And the chocolate I will have, if I want on Valentine's Day, if I feel like chocolate, I have the MetaFast meals that I can have a chocolate brownie. I can have hot cocoa. I can have chocolate pudding. I could have a chocolate shake. I could have an all chocolate day if I want, and I will still lose weight. So if I feel like chocolate that day, I will have it. But I will just have my ones that I know that have protein added and are using healthier sugars. So then it won't set my blood sugar off. So that's my plan. So let's see. Rhonda, what are you going to do to make it through the weekend?
I don't have that much of a problem with chocolate. It just doesn't, it's not something I really need or want. And so just
how did you got blessed under the right star. You got born under the right star. Yeah.
I have more problem with salt. And so that
salty things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be a big weekend, a big challenge then. Okay. Well, that's good. All righty. How about you, Ronnie? What are you going to do for the weekend?
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with candy either. I mean, there could be a big bowl of candy sitting there and I won't eat any of it. But if there's a big old cake on the back table with cream cheese center on it, I've got to have a piece because I'm like a cakeaholic. I don't know.
Oh, it's the baked goods.
Yeah, so I told my husband, I'm just like, don't get me chocolates, don't get me, don't buy me any sweets or cookies or anything like that, I don't need anything to eat for Valentine's Day. And I says, and I'm not going to get you anything to eat either. But the other night he was like, oh, I sure could go for some ice cream, And so I went and I got my hot cocoa mix with some ice and a little bit of milk and whipped that up in my Ninja and handed him some. And I said, here you go, here's some chocolate ice cream. and he's like, this is really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is good. Well, good.
He
He didn't even know it was MetaFast hot chocolate. That it was healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Got him. Okay, so Amy, I see you muting yourself, but are you okay to tell us what you're going to do for the weekend?
Yes. My roommates got home, and one of them is a 2-year-old, and she's crying. So if you hear a crying child, I'm not eating anyone. It's
okay.
I know. Well, I love Valentine's Day because I'm always my own Valentine, and I always give myself something nice. So I'm a really good Valentine. But and I love chocolate, so it's usually my an excuse. But I like good chocolate, like the dark chocolate, not like cheap crappy chocolate. So, but I happen to have on my running schedule a 12-mile run on Saturday, and so I'm going to have a nice piece of dark chocolate, and it's going to be okay. And that's going to be my Valentine's treat because 12 miles. I mean, you can't just eat all you want when you run that much, but I've got room for a little chocolate. And so that's going to be my Valentine's treat.
Perfect. So. That's a great, and I know you posted on the wall that you were invited to a chocolate party.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. We have tastings of brownies and cakes, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, thank you. Because you go and say, I'll just have one thing, and then everyone's probably my thing. You don't want him to feel bad, and it's really good. And I was like, not 2 weeks down, no way. So yeah, we made plans.
That's good. Good. Okay. Well, my weakness is those Valentine cookies, and my mother made the best sugar cookies. And so a lot of times when I see a Valentine shaped sugar cookie, then it just, there's something emotional attached to that of thinking, oh, my mom loved me. She made us cookies. And I thought, am I capable right now of making cookies and not having some? And I'm really not. So I will not be baking Valentine cookies, and my kids, I'm going to show them I love them a different way, and that's by being a healthy lady that they don't have to take care of when I'm old. So there you go. That's how I'm going to show my children I love them. So not with cookies. Because guess what? My mom showed us she loved us with cookies and cinnamon rolls and things like that. And guess what? We have to take care of her now. She's not in good shape. And she's been ill for the last 30 years that we've had to help take care of her. And so I think, I'm starting a new tradition, a new way to show love. Not the way, I think our grandmas probably all showed love that way. When you went to grandma's house, raise your hand if grandma always had something for you to eat to show you that she loved you. That's what grandmas did. Okay. So I think we need to start a new tradition of showing people that we care about them. And it's not about something that would be bad for them. Let's take time instead to write a little handwritten note, or instead to think of a perfect gift, to take them to a movie that they would enjoy, or I don't know, something better, not food that would be unhealthy. So Ronnie showed love to her husband in a great way. She gave him ice cream that he wanted, but it was healthy ice cream. And because you didn't tell him, then he even enjoyed it. That's good. Okay, well, thanks, everybody. I think we all feel more. Did I make sure everybody talked about the weekend? I think we did. We all talked about what's coming up. And then we'll report back to each other next week if we were able to stay on our plan. I think, Chris, we didn't talk specifically about what how you're going to handle the weekend.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say that I'm going to stay on my meal plan and watch portion control.
Okay.
And also I'm going to commit to running Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at least 3 miles.
Okay.
So
that's
yep.
Now you're going to be down here. So maybe you and Amy need to hook up for a run.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know if I'm ready for a 12-miler though. Yeah.
But Amy, aren't you just around the corner from Charity?
Yeah.
Are you going to be staying with Charity or anyway?
Yeah, I'll probably be staying with my mom, but
okay.
that would be fun. Maybe I could do like the first quarter of the run. Then
I'm doing the
then
trail, so yeah. Gosh, there's Katya. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody have a great week. Oh, looky, we just had Cami join us. Cami.
I just got back to my room in St. George, so.
Oh, well, she's on a little away from
a little work trip.
A work trip. Okay.
Do I look relaxed?
You do. Ultra relaxed. I'll just summarize for you. We talked about our why we want to be healthy, and we talked about what we find, who's our support system, and then we talked about how we're going to handle this weekend with handling all the bombardment of treats. And the challenge I kind of gave everybody is to let's pass on a different tradition than our grandmothers passed, that let's not show love through food.
Oh gosh.
Healthy, but my tradition is I'm going to show my kids I love them by that they're not going to have to take care of me when I'm old. I'm going to be healthy enough to take care of myself. And that's really the way to show them I love them, because I won't always do it for myself, but I'll do it for my kids. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So do you have anything of any of those 3 things that you want to share with us, either your support system or something that happened this week that you learned, or how you want to handle the weekend? We decided if we report to each other what our plan is, then it'll help us stay on track. So
I'm actually better when I'm home. So I think my big thing is like today in the car, I like to drink soda while I drive. So I need to add more water into my driving. So I'm going to commit to when I drive home to drink more water.
Oh, that's a good one.
More water and pop.
All righty.
Okay.
How are you doing with any of your other successes? Are you feeling good about some of the things, how the challenge is going for you?
I could be doing better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little disappointed in myself this week, but I haven't gotten on the scale lately, and I probably need to do that. So we'll see.
Okay.
Last time I thought I was disappointing myself, I got on and I lost a couple more pounds. So we'll see how it goes.
Yes, and it's not always one big thing that we do. It's all those little things do add up. Like
Well,
getting
one thing I did,
yeah.
I went to the store tonight because I have a little fridge in my hotel room, and I bought, yogurt and an apple and
good.
and
Some
water.
healthy.
So
Good.
Yep.
Very good.
hey,
Good job. All right. Well, I will see everybody next Wednesday. Go get on your apps and give yourself 40 points. Woohoo!
bye-bye.
Thanks, Sheila.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Right.